Yo, what is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. I am very tired. I woke up many times in the middle of the night, and I just said, fuck it. We're gonna go for it. I got my Young Jeezy song playing, the one that gets me copyright pumped. Alright, let's go.
Whew, crazy world, huh? Well, don't let it get you down, son. Penis, 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 penis.
Okay, you guys. It's about 4 a.m. here in Chicago. I don't feel very good. Ooh. I was actually on gears to finish my horrid character, but then I didn't want to do that either. Right now, I'm uploading like a 5-hour long playthrough, me playing through Horde 1 through 50. I don't even know anymore, guys. Please donate. I hate myself. Shit. I left everything on upstairs. I'm gonna drop frames. These pens are great, right? But it's not the same as hitting a rig. I'm gonna go get my monster real quick, guys. Alright, guys, we're here in August, and it's got that weird feeling, man. I will always be partial to the fall. I love September and October the most, which, like, emotionally, but I like summer the best because of just activities. Yeah, but I like fall the most. And holy shit, I'm so tired, you guys. I was gonna talk about how there was a time period in my life where I was feeling down and out during college, and I moved back home with my parents, and I felt like a loser. And there was just one August, and it just was going into winter time, and I was like, this can be a permanent winter, or you can get your shit back together. And I just remember that feeling and hanging out with my dog at the time, who is now deceased. I loved that doggy dog, and it's just a weird feeling. I'm not the only person that feels feelings, right? So like, there's other humans, other people watching, other people in the world that have had that uncanny feeling. And once you develop a sense memory like that in your 20s, dude, once you start adding time onto your life and you think you're going to reminisce about your teenage years, you think you're going to reminisce about when you were a little kid, and then you like remember some shit from when you were in your 20s, and you're like, wait, this is more relevant. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Thank you for watching. Please donate. I have mental problems. Severe problems. And I'm not even being ableist, like making an edgy joke like some kind of fucking douchebag anti-woke comedian. I got mental problems, dude. I don't know why the fuck I don't sleep. Sigma grind set. Suck all the penises. Sigma grind set, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, whatever the fuck those Joe Rogan style YouTubers talk about. Like, you know, I'm guilty of watching videos from the brosphere. The problem is, I didn't think Joe Rogan was intelligent ever. He's having Graham Hancock on. I like Graham Hancock. I like his book about the Ice Age. He gets a lot of flack, and others, real scientists are like, this guy is just a fucking guy. What does he know? But yeah, um, you can call it hokey pokey stuff, but there's a lot of Ice Age evidence, like melt off, like I don't know, lines. You drill core samples and you compare the lines of sediment or whatever. You know, people don't really talk about that shit. So anyway, so Joe sometimes has amusing people on, and that's how they get you on there. So like, he had Paul Stamets on there talking about Terrence McKenna, and I was like, okay, well, I have to watch this one. So I'm guilty of giving the brosphere clicks. Okay, I'm just saying. The difference is these people think that Joe Rogan, the dumb fucking ape man, they think he has some semblance of cohesive intelligence, and he doesn't. He's a Oh, the Holocaust never happened. Tell me more. Right, right. Hey, don't worry about it, guys. If you get offended, we're gonna have another different Holocaust tonight or on next week. Different point of views, guys. Like, and I think that's the blurry line where people think, well, like if I don't have this guy on, is that censorship? No, dude, don't platform idiots. Don't get me started with the Nelk boys and Netanyahu. Netanyahu's a fucking demon, and don't even. What about October 7th? No, don't. Both sides are don't, dude. Well, Hamas, don't even. We failed. We failed as a people. We let a genocide happen. We failed as a people to protect a vulnerable people. Not only that, I work in manufacturing, bro. I can tell you, we've given these motherfucking monsters billions of dollars worth of shit. I'll be signing an invoice in my office. Oh, another 2.4 million going to Israel. Okay, cool. I bet these parts go into fucking, I don't know, weapons. It's pretty bad, dude. And there's no laws against it. So, I'm not gonna go on a rant about the stuff. I'm gonna take my dabs, and I'm gonna grab my can, and I'm gonna try and wake up here so I can give you guys at least a little bit of entertainment on my video games. If you get entertainment from laughing at me, that's still valid. Like, I'm not gonna be like, I'm a lolcow. Look how silly I am. I'm a stupid fucking loser. I use loser in the tongue in cheek. Like, bro, you're such a loser. Like, yeah, everyone struggles with a little bit of depression. I'm digressing from my other point, but um, when I post videos on my YouTube and it's like, hey, the loser, or loser does this, it's kind of just embracing, like, I went on and off to like Presbyterian school. I preferred the public school, right? And I'd be like smoking a cig outside the school, like with sunglasses, like I was a bad motherfucker, right? I really was. I should show some old pictures on stream, which is funny because you'll be like, Eags, you're so ugly now. What happened? It's the Iggy Pop effect. You know what I mean? Like all the partying. No, dude, I was looking bad, bro. Bad, bro. And what the fuck was I even saying? Hang on. I forgot what I was gonna say. I really did. Oh, now my stomach hurts. Forgot I was gonna say something about looking like a bad motherfucker. but then being intimidated by like the nerdiest piece of shit. He's like, my dad'll sue you. You know? It's like, oh wait, I can fight, but I don't know if I can fight that. I forget the point I was trying to make. Something about talking about Israel as a pariah state. I got so motherfucking twisted up on it. Oh man. We failed. We failed as a humanity. We're like, here's more money. Oh yeah. I was gonna tie in a point about the Israelis. I don't remember why I said I was wearing sunglasses looking like a bad MF. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Something about how I'm ugly now. And I should post pictures of that from that scene. You guys, I literally lost my thought mid thought. That's really embarrassing. It's and it's not because I smoke a ton of weed. Like, yeah, sometimes I'll get high and think about silly things and want to get some Taco Bell, but um, one, I have to start playing the game. But two, bro, my sleep has been very poor lately, guys. I can't even afford a new bed. Oh God, I hate myself. Please donate. Oh yeah, that's why I was talking about building up my image in a pompous kind of way. Um, I'd be like, a cool person, right? I'd be cool, you in air quotes, cool, right? I was like into like this industrial music that other kids didn't know about. Dude, show me another band, cool in that way. I had some smoke. I had some smoke. I was cool with the chicks. I was cool with the older kids, shit like that. But the hyper Christian Ben Shapiro wannabe fucking Nazi people that I was, they'd be like, "You're a loser. You're a loser. You're a fucking loser." I got my point back, guys. We're gonna survive. And so I took that and I kind of like leaned into it. I was like, "Oh, I'm a loser." So I'll be at this skate park shredding, and I'd be like at a street spot, and another homie would roll up, be like, "Hey, what up, dog?" And I'd be like, "Nothing, just doing some loser shit, bro." And that was something I just leaned into early on. I just thought it was so funny because I was striving to be kind to others. I was aware of myself. I was talking about Israel as a pariah state back in 2006. I was ostracized by the religious kids. Um, I can go on. And so I just thought it was funny that I have this like humanistic side and I'm such a hippie in most regards and I'm talking about human conduct and love and kindness and how you should treat one another with respect and you should respect all life. Um I'm saying that as a meat eater even, if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, good dude, I couldn't do it. Um I would always talk about respect for all life. And I was a nice person, and I'm saying this in air quotes, right? But those kids at that Presbyterian school, oh, you like Ozzy Osbourne or you like fucking. I may or may not have had the Cradle of Filth shirt that says Jesus is a cunt or whatever. But that was more for shock value, and I never wore it at school. I did wear a butchered at birth. They made me turn that one inside out. So they're like, yeah, this is depicting no. So then I wore my Eaten Back to Life T-shirt. Okay, because it's just a zombie with guts. And they said no to that one as well. Anyway, it's so funny how I would be labeled bad or a loser or whatever, and it's that really toxic occult religious mindset. Because like I was always looking out for the kids that were getting picked on. I was always like talking to unhinged looking kid that he might look like he might shoot up the school. I was always trying to, even though like I was misanthropic in my own right and I kind of self isolated, I would always reach out to the people that I could see that were in anguish because other kids were being mean to them. Does that make sense? So like it was worlds apart. Like I grew up in this ghetto neighborhood in the streets doing crazy shit. Then I go to Presbyterian school for 8 hours a day. You know what I it was such wildly different. And then I would tell stories about like from the hood and literally no one believed me. I'd be like, yo, dude, the other day, I got fucking my ass robbed and dude homie tried to shoot me. And they would be like, okay, you watch too many movies. Like they like oh like wow, okay, why would I brag about almost being killed? Like some of these kids grew up in such a bubble. So I guess what I'm trying to say is despite my humanitarian efforts, despite always doing good unto others, despite being kind in a sea of unhinged religious people and always showing love, which is one of their ironically one of the things they preach about but they never actually exercise. So, um I don't know, man. When I was called a loser in that regard, I thought, so if this is a loser, then what was someone like Hitler? A super loser? Like I so my friends and I at the time from the neighborhood, the crew of skate rats and stoners and musicians alike, um, we called ourselves the losers. Fun fact. And you know what's really funny? Like with all these punk bands and like the Casualties, the Circle Jerks, Screeching Weasels, dude, the Descendants, you know, all these original punk lines, you know, Black Flag. We could have been the losers, right? But I was more into I was already into slam death metal and death. See, because back in 2006, there weren't 9,000 slam bands. There were like 100. That's the thing about those little subgenres is like, go on Slam Worldwide, you guys. Go on Slam Worldwide and look. You'll have to go through at least 8 fucking bands until you can find a band that you can actually listen to. I'm serious. You know, and when it comes to that kind of extreme music, you know, I don't want to use the term normie or like regular people as if I'm different in some way, but like people who don't listen to aggressive or heavy music and haven't like started with like the Ozzy Osbournes and the you know, Merciful Fate and King Diamond stuff and like and then like Iron Maiden and you know Metallica, your thrashy bands. Like if you haven't gone through the gambit and then gotten into like Cannibal Corpse, and then you're like, ooh, because stuff from the '90s is oh man, it's hit or miss. Um, but you know, Obituary is good, Gorguts is good. Yeah, actually, really, Gorguts is really good. Cannibal Corpse, Dying Fetus, some of these early traditional death metal kind of and Dying Fetus, Cannibal Corpse. Yeah, they were around since the 80s and 90s. Actually, Purification Through Violence just turned like 30 years old. Yeah, so anyway, let's do some real skating. I don't know why I'm talking about death metal and being the loser. Oh yeah, because half the videos on my YouTube I refer to myself as the loser. That's pretty iconic, like the dude, right? Am I like Jeff Bridges? I don't know. It does say on my profile I'm the Jeff Bridges of industrial music, so. It'd be cool to put another song together. Maybe you know, Small Dreams. That's why I like the industrial scene. It's very cool. Like if I applied myself and put together a song, like dude, there's like people that you can hawk it to and say, hey, would you play this in your set? Like Caustic from Wisconsin. He just had some new releases that are really good. Go check it out. At Caustic MF on Twitch. At Caustic MF. Uh, Fucking hilarious, independent, industrial guy. He's just a dad from Wisconsin. I've seen him a bunch of times open for bands that I liked, and just just what the DIY feel of it. It made me feel like I've always felt like these metal bands, these low quality slam metal bands, these extreme bands, like were on that fringe note of like, okay, like extreme, like anyone can do it, DIY, like okay, just do simple guitar riffs and do your gutturals and just program the drums on a machine, right? When I saw Caustic and some other industrial bands, like I got that DIY feeling, like some of these like low budget slam bands. It's like low budget, high value product, okay? And I was like, well, wait, I sing in my microphone and play synthesizer in my underwear. Yeah, I was like, I can just compose something and render it in the computer. Duh. So bands like that, and then local support. Honestly, if you put out a good single, people like Scary Lady Sarah, resident DJ from around here, she is one half of Bellwether Syndicate. Um, yeah, they would local DJs would probably play your music, but I haven't been in the scene since Neo closed down. I mean, I don't really want to go to Exit or like Late Bar or wherever the fuck. I don't want to have to go to like Berlin, you know. I went there for like what the queer thing, right? Right? It's like a queer club. I went there for like a drag show or like a burlesque or something, but oh no, I went there for an after party. I think it was like a Combi Christ after party or something like that. Um, yeah. Where was the other place? There were like three clubs there, and then there's that really big one on Ontario. It was like I can't remember because I would like when I would go to the city, I would either bum a ride out there, or take like a taxi or something, and which is expensive now that I'm thinking of it. But I would hang out by Belmont and Clark. I would hang out by the Alley store and Neo, and we would go to the 7-Eleven. Those 8 blocks, like I knew pretty well because I'm from the northwest side of the suburbs, right? So like about I don't know 20 minutes to get to like that fringe part of the city, the outer part. But I would get drunk at the club and then hop in a car with some friends and I would be like over there now. So I would be by Belmont and Clark and then I would be like over there. I'm like, okay, well, where are we? Cause I'm pretty familiar with like Canal Street and Wacker Drive and like all of this like the stuff where you like come right in. But dude, I would just end up in places where I was like, I'm far past fucked. If I don't call someone to get me now, I'm gonna get robbed and raped. Like I would be like in situations no matter where I've gone in Chicago at any time, I've not been too scared. No matter how many people were in the streets late at night or early AM, I really haven't been too scared, on my street shit, right? When I went to Detroit for Comic Con, I thought I was going to get mutilated alive. Okay, think about this. I'll be in fucking North Riverside. I'll be in Inglewood. I'll be in Maywood. I'll be in places I shouldn't be, dog. I'll be all around places late at night, around concert venues, around dive bars, around gangs. Not a fucking problem. Dude, when I went to Detroit, I thought I was gonna be fucking killed. Maybe that's because a lot of the buildings were boarded up at the time. But no, man, it was fucking scary. And then they got the big statue that's the big fist. Okay? It looks like it's a white power icon. I don't like that. But also, it could be like a Nitz or Ebb logo or something. Like an industrial band, like Front 242. Anyway, Saint Anger. Oh no, it's the Saint Anger Fist. That is probably the worst Metallica album, and everyone dogpiles on it, but it is pretty bad. Anyway, what was I saying? Uh, TLDR. I've been in all these hood places over here in Chicago, hearing gun violence, driving past sussy shit, walking past sussy shit, keep walking. I ain't never been scared, man. But when I went to Detroit, and I think it was 2012 or 2013, bro, I got scared for the first time in my life. I was like, I'm not just gonna get jumped. Like, okay, bro, everybody's been stuck up before, okay? You, hell no, sometimes you gotta be slick, right? I didn't get the sense that I was gonna get like stuck up, like, hey man, give me your wallet. I got the sense that like, I don't want your money. I'm gonna cut off your dick, and I'm gonna taxiderm it, and I'm gonna put it on my wall. That's what I felt like. It was real fucked up in Detroit, Michigan. I was on the People Mover tram. It's kind of like, how we have the elevated track over here? You know that shiesty spot by Lake Street, right? Where it's called the L. It's the elevated line, and it moves you around the city, right? Now we don't have a traditional subway like New York. We have some underground lines like you can go to Wicker Park and like. But anyway, what the fuck was I saying, bro? So they have something called the People Mover, which is like a miniature version of the L. It's like a tram that goes around on these stilts to like the convention center, a hotel, like a restaurant, and you enter the building like from stories and stories and stories up or whatever. And bro, I felt like I was gonna get fucking killed on the People Mover, and I almost jumped out that fucking emergency exit. Real talk, bro. Okay, and I think I told this story on stream once. Um, as much as I like to clown, no pun intended, on juggalos, and I think that they're the smelliest, nastiest, mental problem, fucking dickhead, asshole fan base. The ones that aren't sexually violent are very nice. So, whoop whoop, these clowns, these juggalos, which is not to say that I don't like the Insane Clown Posse and their music and their contribution to pop culture, okay? I just don't love their fans. And there's a story for another time. I used to hang out with the smelliest, nasty, dykey. Oh, oh no, 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 no! I'll have to tell about the juggalos that were addicted to meth or whatever. I was just like, hey, we'll just say that the one's name was Sarah. I'll be like, hey, Sarah, I can smell your cunt. oh, do I got a shower, bro? Yeah, go take a shower. I'm not gonna fucking drive you to get this nickel bag. Get the fuck out of here, man. Growing up where I did, in a Chicago suburb, it, you know what? It's like I see people online and they're like telling these little stories, and it's obvious they're full of shit, right? And when people point the finger at me, I don't really care. But dude, I grew up in such a fucking shisty area, and I would shuttle to the city, and if I would shuttle to the city for fun, shisty motherfuckers would shuttle from the city to, they would come to south side of E-Town. They'd be stabbing motherfuckers, get right on the National Street bus. Oh man, but hands down, the People Mover in Detroit, Michigan was the scariest thing ever. Yes, the the Bic Razor bald lesbians, overweight juggalos that I used to kick it with sometimes when the crew was not around. It was the weirdest thing. I'm sorry, I said dykey. Is that a slur? If that's a slur, I'm sorry. I think I've heard people still using that one. But I mean, we're not talking like Doc Martens and a pair of fucking Ray Bans and like maybe a neck tattoo. Maybe they lift weights and wear flannel. No, 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 no. I'm talking like smelly combat boots, bondage pants, Slipknot shirt, trailer trash. Smelly. And then their friend's dad was had a crippling cocaine addiction, and he owned the clock store. Now, if you know anything about E Town, historically from the early 1800s through the time it was actually built up into a city, it was known for Swiss immigrants coming in and making clocks. So it's the clockwork. It's called Elgin. Elgin Clock. Elgin is the town, by the way, you guys. If you want to look it up and clown on me. So there were still a lot of craft and tradesmen that specialized in the clock stuff, clock sucker, and so this guy, he was a real wig out, man. When I was in my 20s, in my couch surfing days, like I was like, well, I tried acid once in high school. Let's do it. I was in that like experimentation phase, like the I didn't give a fuck phase, like I would work two jobs and then have downtime and party like a MF and then work two jobs and then have rinse and repeat, right? I don't know how I had the energy to do that stuff. So I come down from a trip or something, or I just felt like, I felt like a little bit depersonalized or a little bit ghosty. People have partake, they'll understand, but I was like, man, I need a place to crash tonight. And I didn't want to crash at, I didn't want, even though the place I was living at was just down the street at the time, I was like, dude, I don't want to drive. I don't want to, so I didn't want to stay at the Roach House with the bald lesbians. And they're like, okay, we'll call him Tom's place. We're friends with their kid. Well, he owned the clock store, and he was a clock repair guy, and he would get fucking hated, coked out of his mind, and he would tinker all day, and it was so funny, like it was like in a movie, because he had the quadruple focal glasses with like the different layers where the magnifying that you can slide over, and he was wearing it, and like he like Doc fucking Brown, like, oh, we need 69 gigawatts, Marty. Um, and he answered the door, and he's like, hello, what's up? They're like, hey, our buddy, he's on a hard come down. He needs to crash, right? And those guys used hard drugs, and I did not. So, like, He probably thought I was like geeking off of sobering up and withdrawals or something. Yeah. Okay, yeah, he can sleep upstairs. So they had an apartment upstairs above the clock shop, but it was really a full-fledged house above the store. So it was like first level store, mezzanine level, like balcony and storage, whatever, and then house basically. Bro, I was sleeping in the clock house, and all of a sudden I hear, "Woo!" Okay. And it's hard to mentally, I can see it, and you guys can't. It's hard to paint the picture, but I'm in this apartment with like a fire escape stairs and a downstairs and like a regress where like there's like a dirt where you could like walk out, and it's a higher level. Okay, dude, it's like, and there's a parking lot and a thing and a strip, and there's a strip mall, like I don't know, like a Papa John's, a haircut place, wherever, and then it's like I think part of Lake Street in Illinois, and then it just goes to like an exit to a highway, and there's stuff around there in a town, but it's just close to where there's like a triple turnoff. I just look and I see I'm in my underpants, wigged out the day after coming down from something. I think it was when they gave me the research cam telling me it was acid, and I fucking freaked out. And then I opened the curtain. Dude, there's fucking so many police coming off the Lake Street exit. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck? He's passed out. I can't wake him up. The girls that dropped me off there are gone. His daughter is not there. I'm like, okay, I put myself in an awkward situation. I just needed a crash pad for the night. Maybe I could have walked home. Bro, his place was getting raided, and I didn't know what the fuck. I didn't know what the fuck. Okay, because my car was still parked at the other people's apartment. So just get this, guys. This is my life. This is my real life. TLDR. I needed to sleep off a post psychedelic or something. I didn't want to sleep in a roach infested apartment. Those grody juggalos drove me to the house above the clock store owned by their friend and coke addict friend, Dad. Okay? I'm sleeping and I think I'm fucking hearing things and I'm seeing blue and red light reflecting and I'm like, wow, do I have HPPD from this fucking research camp? Dude, I'm gonna sue them. They gave me HPPD. Um, like trip psychosis or something like that. And then I quickly realized that it was lights coming from outside. I pulled the curtain back. Holy fuck. Like 20 cop cars, SUVs, a SWAT team van. So I just carefully collect my things, put my clothes on, put my work boots on, and I walk out the tall side and I start walking down the grassy hill. I start a cigarette. Back at the time I still smoked. Don't smoke it. It's bad for you. Hey, I'm like 10 years tobacco free. Anyway, by the way, so I just spark a ciggy, and I walk around that parking lot, and I get to the sidewalk, and then right when the cops are, and then they're battering ram, and then I knew all the drugs he had and everything because I was sleeping there and he had everything out. So he was working on clocks and shit. Then he had just fucking, he had like 10 boats of pills. He had like fucking big baggies of white stuff. I didn't know if it was H. I didn't know if it was meth. He had a cocaine problem, but don't get high on your own supply. I don't know what the fuck. I just wanted to sleep somewhere that night that didn't have like roaches, and I should have just walked home. But I thought if I walked home, I would get picked up by the police anyway, walking on the side of the road to get home. And why didn't these people just drive me home? The people I was staying with at that time did not get along with these people. Now, for 1 second, I don't know why. I didn't ask about the history. I just wasn't gonna contribute to that. So they're like, well, you can crash at our friend's house, right? Bro, I cannot believe that. I sparked the cigarette. I'm walking the sidewalk, and then there's one cop guy there, like standing, and I was like, "What's going on?" He's like, "You gotta get out of here. This building's been under surveillance for such and such months, and we're serving a warrant." Bro, I could have accidentally been accessory to like hella crime and had to go talk and had to go, bro. So in my stupor, like I even think I had like a tab of LSD still in my wallet, like in tinfoil. I don't even know what the fuck it was, dude. Now, my life is not that crazy these days, but there's still crazy people, and we're living in fucked up times, so there's definitely gonna be a chance for more wild stories. Actually, crazy shit happens to me all the time. Hi, my cat is like over there. Should I play the game? How long have I been talking? Wow, I really hate myself. This is story time. If you want more stories, if you want to join the Discord, follow, like, donate. The Discord server is called Dorkin. Dorkin apostrophe. Dorkin. Dorkin apostrophe. Steve, give me your penis. It's funny, I could do a mock up of the movie announcer voice, but I have to like be a little bit louder. I'm not trying to wake up homegirl. Alright, fat dabs, caffeine, and some skate footage. My life is all fucked up like a video game. When I was in 8th grade, this kid stabbed me with a screwdriver. Bro. That shit kind of stung a little bit. You know, I say I don't want to use people's real names on the stream and shit like that, right? Did I even hit the grass? But this kid, I think his name was Alex, and he poked me in the stomach with a short flathead screwdriver. And he was like, I was in 8th grade, and he was literally like a 4th grader going to 5th grade. So I didn't hurt him or anything. I didn't even fight back. I just said, ouch. And it was kind of a weak jab, so it didn't go deep enough to like cause damage. I still have a scar on my tummy. So, it wasn't, hey man, I was in the streets and they fucked me up, man. I was in the hospital. But like, dude, he did poke me with the screwdriver, man. And I just remember being like, in my head, like, okay, he's smaller than you. Don't overreact. Because I probably could have just picked him up and fucking threw him in a fucking dumpster. Like, I was like, don't overreact. Don't overreact. The kid I was with was like, dude, are you okay? He was fucking screaming bloody murder. I'm gonna call the police. I was like, don't call the police. I was like, please get some rubbing alcohol and a Band-Aid. I just remember telling my mom that like I got scratched by a chain link fence and looking at the wound and then looking at and listening to the story that was obvious bullshit now that I'm a grown up. Oh mom, I got cut by a chain link fence. I was BMXing. I don't feel good. I don't feel good. Guys, watch my Horde video. My Gears of War Horde video. Okay? It's uploading. It's about 5 hours long. I'm almost level 9 in my Horde class. Then I'm going to apply the Master Marksman perk. And I will play Horde with some of my viewers here. They've been asking me to play Horde, and they're like, you're always on sweaty multiplayer. Do you want to play Horde mode? I'm like, I don't really like PvE. I have to build a class, and so I built a class. A sniper class, obviously. Snipers get head. My legs really hurt. I need a new setup. I need a new life. I hate myself. Please donate. Oh man, right now I got my hair slicked back with some product. And boy, do I look like a greasy wop. I can say it. It's my slur. I can say it. You guys. Stories from E-Town. Hey, that looked pretty styling. Look at that. Look at that shit. 1-footer. Oh, bro. My asshole. Nobody, I can't open the window, honey. The cat wants me to open the window so he could sniff. Hey, my brain is coming online. So, having mouth diarrhea in front of a camera when I wake up because I don't sleep well, I guess that's the process of waking back up. No, not waking back up. I barely slept. We're just gonna suffer well. We're gonna suffer well like Depeche Mode. We're just gonna get through it. We're gonna get through the Monday. I feel like fucking Garfield. But Garfield doesn't actually work, so why does he hate Mondays? Oh, because John leaves and he's sad because John has to go to work. I get it. I'm gonna cry. Hail Satan, my dark lord and master. Excuse me, guys. Remember earlier when I was still a little brain dead from not sleeping? I was ranting about that uncanny feeling and how no matter how old you are, you can connect with all of the eras that you've existed. Yeah, remember I was touching on that for a brief moment when I was being like a weird hippie. Oh my god, that's crusty. Well, this August feels like an August from when I was 23. You guys ever experience like synchronicity like that? Like the weather is similar, just like, I don't know, maybe my workday feels similar. I'm not sure. I'm only 35, right? I'm not that old. So, like, at this stage in my life, I view my life as the 3 decades. Like, very adolescent growing up, teenage to young adult, and then now. Like, I view it as like the 3 decades. I did a lot of I did a lot of like road tripping and driving around and weird shit in my 20s. Like I did like league bowling, so I was like going to different towns and getting shit wasted with strangers. I was like, well, where's the local place to eat? You want to eat my semen, Billy? It's nice and sticky. It's mayonnaise. It's Ram Ranch dressing. Ram Ranch. Alright, I'm gonna sit back and put my mic on the ottoman over here. Cause I like, yeah, sure, I've been talking like a fucking idiot for like an hour, like embarrassing myself for views, but I can't really do tricks sitting cross leg right. Oh, my shit hurts right now. Oh fuck. I haven't been playing Step Maniacs because I'm broke as a joke and I'm a little overweight right now and my whole body hurts, but yikes. You know what? This August also Oh, that was sick. Up to the tabletop. This August also feels like it's leading into. It just feels like I don't know. I don't know if other people's minds even think that way. This August, just because it's like so hot, it feels just like uh fuck, when was that? A certain August when I was younger, dude. Maybe I'm just a stupid stoner and I'm making something profound that's not profound. It's like, yeah, days can feel the same, you dumbass. Like, you stupid idiot. Not everything is a divine synchronicity. Am I doing that? I don't think so. It's uncanny. This August feels like the August when I was 23. I swear to God. I was playing a shit ton of Gears 3. I was still playing Battlefield and oh man, that was a good era for gaming. You know what I mean? Oh, come on and polish my Steven. All right, let's go to. I don't. Do I even want to keep playing Skate? You know what? Let's be vulgar. Let's go right to the big ramps. Let's do some big ramp jumps. Maybe play some other games because I don't feel well. I am unwell, fam. Spam in the chat. Is unwell. Oh, do some flippy flips. Look at my nippy nips. You love me from my head down to my tippy tip. Let's do a backside fakey motherfucking flippy flip. Wow. No, no. God damn it, Carlos. You punched me in my asshole so hard I ejaculated. I had a hands free, no mano ejaculation. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go to work. What about you guys? Can I win the Powerball, please? You want to see my Powerballs? Oh God, that's from the Mighty Boosh. He goes, there's a character in an episode who has testicles that are little disco balls, and he goes, "Do you want to see my mirror balls?" Oh Jesus Christ, that shit is a riot. Growing up in E-Town, getting held at gunpoint. I'm so desensitized to violence. Growing up in E-Town. No, it's not as bad as Chicago. It's just a little suburb. The slogan on the water tower is the city in the suburbs because there's some tall buildings and big blocks in the downtown area. Historically, it was the center for dairy and technology in like the 1800s. And they used the Fox River to mine ore in Galena which is southern, and then they would go up and down the river to E-Town, Elgin, right? It was like a major commerce hub to Chicago. And it goes past Naperville, like through the river. I don't know. Naperville is always like when you see those videos online, it's like kid says he's from Chicago, but he's really from Naperville. What like it is like a snooty place. There's big houses, but it's like not like the nicest. Like you know what I mean? Like I think Barrington's a little swankier than Naperville. You know, like Inverness. Fuck, even Schaumburg. Even yeah, pretty much all the other towns that are like pretty rad. Suck on my penis, Carlos. Yo, E-Town used to be the shit in the 1800s. Yeah, that was sick. A lot of the historical buildings are still there to just tour and go through, and they're spooky. I really hate my life. Please donate. I hate my life. I'm not smart or clever. I can't masturbate forever. John Bon blow me. Oh fuck yeah. Hold me close, Tony Danza. It's you want to hear a funny fun fact? I'm actually I forget how, but family tree wise, I'm linked to Tony Danza on my mom's side. Oh, it's pretty funny. I thought that was funny because he's such a B-lister. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you related to famous people? Like, yeah, probably. Statistically speaking. Oh shit, up my asshole. No, I should have ollied, bruh. That was pretty nasty. Tony Danza. Tony fucking Danza. Now, I did do all that DNA jargon, right? I did that shit. And it confirms some shit that my family has always talked about, like lineage. I guess I am of certain like Roman lineage, which is weird. And then it's yeah, my grandpa was always like, "Oh yeah, like the emperor." I'm like, "No, bullshit. Fuck that." And then I found out I have like cousins in Rome. I was like, "Oh, okay, okay, okay. I get that." And then part of my DNA was like fucking rare, like southern Italian islands, and that was from my mom's side. So it was like learning that was pretty cool, but on my dad's side, they were always like, we're related to fucking psycho emperors. I'm like, no, we're not. Every Italian usually brags like, oh, I'm related to some Tony Soprano mafia type, or I'm related to, you remember Nero, the psychopath? Yeah. No, I really am. It's funny. It's just pretty funny because I know for a fact that most Italian Americans do brag about that stuff. Oh, I know the mob. My grandpa's in the mafia or something like that. But when my grandpa was starting his first business, they approached him and they're like, "Hey, do you wanna?" He was like, "No," and they're like, "Okay." So the fact that that confirmed actually happened, like, it's not just the movies. But I feel that most Italians want to brag that they're somehow connected to crime or connected to the history of the motherland, which I never claimed either one, but turns out, do some digging, I actually am related to some psychopath emperors in Italy. It explains a lot. I mean, explains why I like to fuck. I think it was, yeah, fun fact, I think it was Nero who killed his own wife in a fit of rage and then castrated a young boy that looked like his dead wife, and then just, like, you're the new wife. Oh, my people were the original fucking crazy people. Am I right? I'm not being ableist. Like, that's the original. That's OG crazy, bro. That's. I miss her. Oh, that guy looks like her. Well, I'm gonna castrate him. Oh no, I said guy, but it was like a young boy. Yikes! Fucking yikes! 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 Oh hell no! I thought I was gonna land that. I hate my fucking life. I hate my fucking life. Please donate. There's a link to the GoFundMe on this page. Um, I think I'm gonna do the Bean Machine run. I really think I am. I don't know. This could be the loser speaks to himself, part two, motherfucker. There's this guy on Facebook Reels named Kyle, and he makes like microwave semen and gets 3 million views. There's another guy who screams and makes a mess. And I'm not talking like scream and make a mess, like funny, like how to basic, like absurd humor. Like absurdism is great. Like upping the Tim and Eric factor, and that's all funny, right? Even if it does become repetitive eventually. Um, this was not exaggeration. It's just being a nuisance. You remember when like pranks used to be like funny practical jokes, and now it's like, haha, I sprayed hot pepper sauce in your eyeballs, haha, just a prank, bro. Assault. You remember when it used to be like, find a dollar on the ground, but it's glued to the ground. Oh, funny. Now it's like, you're sitting outside at the bistro and some guy comes up and he unzips and starts pissing on you. He's like, just a prank, bro. It's okay. I'm a YouTuber. Like, when did that happen? In the 2010s? When did it go from like corny, even sometimes staged practical jokes to like the bizarre harassment humor. Don't get me wrong. Some level of harassment humor can be funny, like Tom Green when he would like fucking interact with people and be like a jackass. The guys from Jackass and stuff when they would be inappropriate and fucked up and make it uncomfortable, like when they were in Japan and they were being rude in Japan. If you know anything about Japanese culture, and they're very much about politeness and de-escalation, right? They're us Americans. We're like shoot first, ask questions later, right? But the Japanese they have a value system of kindness. They value human conduct. So like being a fucking asshole in Japan, on a big production like MTV, yeah, that was funny. But like just going out and being rude to people, that's not humor in and of itself. I always think like, the bit has to be funny enough for like the interaction to be justified. Like Party Boy, that was funny. It made people feel uncomfortable. He was dancing in a thong in Japan, and the Japanese cop just tried to usher him out of the store. They didn't know how to handle it. This white guy dancing around in a thong. Maybe I just like it because of the homoerotic undertones. Please donate. I feel like shit. Please donate. Oh, dude. Before I go play my Sega Genesis game and actually entertain you instead of just uh, act like a dumbass and embarrass myself, I'm gonna take a short bathroom break. So enjoy the bump I'm gonna play. Wow, wow, wow. Cock. All right. Hey, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that little bit. Don't forget to follow the link to the YouTube where all of the silly stuff goes. Sure, you can see a lot of backlogged VODs that didn't make it to the YouTube where I embarrass myself and I wake up. I did sleep for like 2 hours, so that's better. But anyway, you want to see me be a jackass? Fucking go to the YouTube. Pee in my mouth, Carlos. I wasn't trying to do a guttural. I coughed. That was. I should try and duplicate that sound. Joking on 1,000 moldy dildos. Let's play through this game for some entertainment value, so it's not all for nothing. Because I was just spaced out ranting. I can't believe I was in that place when it got raided. Semen balls. You know, earlier I completely lost my train of thought and I said, you guys, it's because I don't sleep well. It's not because of the weed. Well, there was one time I was smoking a blunt with some homies and it was because of the weed. I don't know. My friend brought some of this gas and I had some gas and we wrapped it up in a swisher. And I was like, yeah, man, back in the day, back in the hood, we used to do this, you know, and we came up over here and blah, blah, blah. And I was like talking for like 5 minutes. And then all of a sudden, I was like, my friend was like, yeah, and what? I was like, we used to, when I was like, where did you get this weed, bro? Oh, man. Yo, 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 not in my mouth, not on my hands, not on my face. What? Not on my mouth, not on my face. Yeah. Oh, that's not good. Oh man, fuck that up. I really fucked that one up. Uh oh. Steven, please. Please don't fuck him. You shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy. Sorry for coughing. Yo, 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 yo. That weird flaccid penis looked like a confused snail. I was chugging down bottles of ale. Weird penis. Weird, weird penis. That was the song I came up with it on the spot. I was arrested. I'm cheating. I'm cheating. There is a cheater thing in this game where you can rewind the classics collection. Oh, and that's only because I pressed the button and I fucked up. And I did. Dude, I wasn't gonna die here. Is that cheap? Yes. Is it loserish? Yes. Did I make a. Did I fucking press the thing and it didn't go because the D pad's not sensitive? Absolutely. The D pad, it's just dicks. Tonight on Wheel of Dicks. And it's like slapping him in the face. All right, Sean, for $300. Wheel of Dicks. Uh-oh. That is incorrect. You have to face the Penetron. He gets dildo fucked by a robot. Oh. Do I still get to keep the car I won? Absolutely, when you shit out the keys. Wheel of Dicks. On Fox. Oh, that one, I'll just take it. I'll just take it. I was trying to get advanced. I don't know why I was. Advanced auto parts. I just don't want to fucking. I don't know. I don't want to live on this planet. Can we go to the moon? We can go to the moon, please. Hey, boss, me go to the moon, please. I think that'll fucking get him. You think? Dick Van Dyke. Wait, is his name a slur? Get shit on, you stinky mother. My name is Steven. Listen to me. My name is Steven. I can't do it loud because everyone is asleep, but like I was thinking what's a good name to say when you're a slam metal band? Oh well, hi, this is Dave, this is Jeff, and I'm Maurice. I'm Maurice. Maurice. Yo, he blew up, man. He's blown up. That sounds like pussy. Ow, my legs. Hang on, guys. My stupid ass. Ready? Oh man, I fucked up big time. So much for Maurice. He's a mean monster. Get killed by a fucking mean monster. Yeah. Don't steal my ideas, please. If I see mean monster on Slam Worldwide, I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad because it's gonna be dun 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 dun. Get killed by a fucking mean monster, and then like the guttural like. I'm not gonna do it right now. That'll be like the guttural, right? And then like the high will be like, get killed by a fucking mean monster. See, got my double M's from my mean monster. It's cool because like there's a Japanese band that's really good. They're called Malice Miser, and I'm just thinking like a slam song. Like, what's scarier than anything under your bed when you're a kid? A mean monster. A monster that wants to kill you. A mean monster. Not to be confused with gay Dracula, which he's just really mean to you and he calls your style tacky and he says that you're out of date and ugh. You know, he's just he's mean. Okay, so you know how in Dark Souls there's the ceaseless discharge? I was just thinking nightmare load. You ever bust too hard and it's like, oh, but like, dude, but it's like a slam metal concept album, and it just encases the world in jizz, and it's like, and then they'll hit the little china like, ting, semen, planet, semen. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Either the band will be called Mean Monster and the song will be called Mean Monster, or the band will be called My Rotting Cock. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Slam metal. Get killed by a fucking mean monster, bro. Actually, there is a brutal slam band that I found, and I don't think it's a Slam Worldwide release, but they're called Atoll, ATOL, like a reef outcrop, like a island, like an atoll, right? Like a geographic stone, like an atoll, I believe, right? Like Bikini Atoll, where they dropped the hydrogen bomb test, I think, or atom bomb. Anyway, they have the concept album called Zoopocalypse, and it's like just the cover is like a bear, and there's like a monkey and a crocodile, and they're like taking over the city and like eating people. It's called Zoopocalypse, and it's kind of corny and campy and cheesy. And then like you hear some of the songs, and they're brutal, and you're like, wait. If animals did choose to just reclaim civilization and they started eating us and fucking killing us, I mean, that would be fucked up and awesome. And watch. I say this, and then I get eaten by a bear. No. That's a big no. They said black bears are back in Illinois. No shit. Nope. They're coming down through Wisconsin. Back to Illinois. Nope. Fuck that. I don't want a black bear to bite my wiener off. That'll be hella scary, dog. And the character I did the other day, because I I made a stereotypical. Oh, ich bin Hans. Ich liebe Schwanz. Uh, well, something about Tanze, which means to dance, right? Tanz mit mir. Something like that. Ich liebe Schwanz. Like I like wiener, whatever, dick. But dude, yesterday I was talking about furries or something, and I was like, ugh, and I was like, kringe. And I was like this. I was like, oh, hello. Ich bin Hans. I am zoophile. He's like smoking a cigarette or something. I'm like, we need to go. That's a great character, dude. I think I'll flesh that out into a character. Ich bin Hans. I am zoophile. In case you guys don't know, those are sick, 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 sick animal abusers, and I'm about human rights and animal rights, and yeah, don't Google Telegram leaks. Whatever you do. Yo, 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 you guys. What time is it? You know what? I thought I was going to take another bathroom break and then finish up this game because we're being silly. Maybe play a little bit more skate, but I'm not, dude. I can't. I'm going to go start to get ready for my day. Do you see the mean monster? Look at that. The mean monster right there. All right, you guys. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it to this for background noise as I go upstairs to take my final bathroom break and say goodbye. Don't forget to check into the YouTube channel because I am uploading a Gears of War video. I played waves 1 through 50 of Horde by myself, and I just went full Steven. Hopefully we can get level 9 on my sniper class. Yeah, dude. It's easy. You just gotta click on the taco at the end of the video. Look, it's right here. Down on the right hand side. You gotta go right here, buddy. Click on that taco. Subscribe. Subscribe. I want you to touch my taco. Yeah, dude. It's easy. You just gotta click on the taco at the end of the video. Look, it's right here. Down on the right-hand side. You gotta go right here, buddy. Click on that taco. Subscribe. Subscribe. I want you to touch my taco. Okay, well, gotta fucking go.
Whew, crazy world, huh? Well, don't let it get you down, son. Penis, 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 penis.
Hey, Glenn, I'm here for my review. Yes, Glenn's penis. Glenn's penis.
자 이제부터 1, 2, 3, 4 여기 밖에 끝